I've been cooking on my business website, which is basically the class final for my web design class that I took on a whim because I had an extra elective slot. But basically in this class, you learn about how to make a website, and then also Photoshop, because why the frick not? I don't know why Photoshop is in this course, but you learn how to make a website using HTML and CSS. I already knew how to do that. That was all easy. That was first semester. Second semester is Photoshop. I hate Photoshop. I hate art. I'm not artistic or creative, so this section really sucked. And everything I made in Photoshop should have been burned. It shouldn't have a digital footprint. If someone leaks that ever, I would be hugely embarrassed. It's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. I suck at Photoshop overall, so the second semester was just a pretty painful experience, but I did fine on HTML. It was pretty easy, except for the fact that any aspect of HTML that you have to make on your own, it sucked. So, yeah, I'm basically just not artistic, so it makes it much more difficult. But basically, I made a business website for a fake business that I call Spice Cafe. It looks pretty clean. Before I actually get into the actual website, I need to reflect, though, on some of the more garbage things that I made this year. These are some of the more recent. I'm going to start with more recent stuff and just go back so you can tell how bad things were at the start. This is just a survey assignment, so we had to make like a fake travel agency. I called mine Flight. I think this is a pretty good logo. I made it in Photoshop. This is one of the more legit things I made. I had the vision the instant I thought of it. A little plane flying out, and then the nice thing. This looks pretty clean. You would believe that's real. Flight actually sounds legitimate. And then these random photos were just there. Not that bad in my opinion, but you know, this is a more recent thing, I guess. So this is one of the older things I made. This is a hobby assignment. It's like a self page, like a about you page. Not that bad. I don't know why the table is like so weird. It's off center, or maybe it's because I don't know, something's off center here, so it makes everything looks bad. It's not horrendous, but it's pretty bad overall. I have like my hobbies, video games, random instruments, and then just back when I used to read, I read all these books when I was like 5. But yeah, I was just yapping on every page because that's literally half the assignment, just like making up text to put on each page. Not that bad. Obviously, the next one, this is atrocious. Many reasons. I mean, this was at the beginning of the year, so I didn't. Well, I still knew and not, but like this was pretty bad. I don't know where the color scheme came from. This whole blue, pink, yellow, black garbage is really awful in my opinion. But I think it's because Peter said he really liked the blue, and I was like, oh, I should make my own website that's also blue and copy him. And then I made this piece of garbage. Basically, this is like the other one, but worse. Hobbies, and then you go to this other page, and then you go to this crap, and then these links tend you to like my literal middle school band director, because I thought that was a good idea. The links are literally in the worst color possible. I remember I got points off because the links were like such a bad color that you couldn't see them. Like at the bottom, there's a bunch of links here. You can't see them because I chose the worst color. I didn't understand. I still don't understand color scheme. I hate coloring in so much. But yeah, these little links just take you to individual parts of the page. They're pretty bad. And then you can go back to home page, press my email, not send me an email because that would be a bad idea. Oh poop. Yeah, that's just a few HTML things. Those were the individual, like you have to be creative and make your own idea. Most of the time they give you the page already and then you just have to make it. So these are just the ones where I actually had to make my own page and like start from scratch. But the the Photoshop aspect, I suck at Photoshop, but most of it was just copy paste, follow the directions. In the one time we had to make our own logo, I remember standing up and walking around the room and seeing some beautiful creative logos that surprised me and impressed me. I'm like, wow, these people in this class are creative. And I look at my own logo, I'm like, wow, that's garbage. So basically I had to redesign a logo. I chose Kumon because I hate Kumon, and this logo is garbage. Anything will beat this logo, but I made this piece of garbage. I don't know what the idea was here. I kind of trolled. I just said, I mean, I didn't have an idea to begin with. So I just wrote the Kumon Learning Center and then just put a notebook with a smiley face. It was pretty troll, but at the same time, I didn't have any other better ideas. There's not really much you can do regardless because this is bad, so any remake is also going to be pretty bad. I didn't really have a center theme around. I don't know. It's basically bad all around. But I got 100 because she's nice and she gives everyone 100. I mean, she takes points off if you literally can't read the color of the links. But I got 100 on this somehow. I guess I just met all the things on the rubric. So, you know, oh well, that works. But I want to delete that and never look at it again. But basically, Throughout the year, I've been doing all this HTML, CSS, and Photoshop stuff. I hate Photoshop. HTML is pretty light though. But this, the final project, Peter told me about this. He warned me because he took this class last year. The final project of the class is to combine HTML, CSS, and Photoshop to make the ultimate business website, which is this thing. I made the idea, Spice Cafe, a restaurant dedicated to spice, and I ran with it, and I cooked, in my opinion. I went crazy. Originally, I thought it was pretty bad, but then I showed it to my brother, and he was like, oh, it's not that bad. I'm like, okay, it's actually not that bad. Then I woke up the next morning, I looked at it again, I'm like, wow. This actually isn't that bad. Like, I thought the coloring was really bad originally because, like, the colors just don't match. I mean, but it's really not that bad. The gradient's actually pretty interesting, and I thought of that on my own. That's bonus points right there, the gradient. I thought of that. She didn't teach us that. I get bonus points for that. So, I guess I can go over this. There's the logo, Spice Cafe. We can look at some of the worst logos I made. Whatever that thing is. This is such a bad idea. I wanted the logo to, like, smile at you, to, like, make your restaurant feel all positive and jolly and smiling at you. Hold up. I'm turning up the heater. It's too hot here. Oh, but like this was just a bad idea overall. I guess it just looks really bad. I just stole that random image off Google. So this was a bad idea. This wasn't that bad, but it's still pretty bad overall. I don't know why I chose for the text to be black. That just doesn't fit. And then this was just an absolute troll I made for the rubric because I need to make 3 logos. This should be burned. It shouldn't exist, but you know, here we are. But this is why I remade, I remodeled, and here is the final product. Spice Cafe, little pepper, served hot. That's pretty clean, in my opinion. It's pretty clean. The little gradient background with a gradient background in the actual website as well. Gradient on gradient on gradient. I took gradients and I ran with it because I think it's a cool effect, cool color thing. That's the only thing that I'll ever use because it looks cool. It's the only thing I can understand. You just drag a gradient tool across the screen and everything changes colors. It looks cool. But basically, you got the navbar, home, about us, dishes, spices, survey, and I guess I'll just read this. Welcome to the official website for the Spice Cafe. Here at the Spice Cafe, we work and we cook with one goal in mind. Spice. Our goal is for all our customers. Our goal for all our customers is to provide a unique taste of spice to anyone daring to try it. Our dishes come from all around the world with all sorts of different tastes and flavors. We want to help you experience something new. Feel free to check out our About Us page and learn more about our restaurant. You can also check out our dishes or spices page to get a peek at what types of flavors you should expect. And if you have time, please complete our customer review survey to help us reflect and improve our restaurant. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the Spice Cafe. And then there's some link stuff that I have to figure out because it's not actually done yet. But yeah, welcome to Spice Cafe. Boom, boom, boom. It's nice. We got the nav bar here, and then we got the text nav bar at the bottom in case that one doesn't work because it's just all part of the rubric. Next page, the About Us page. Our story. Spice Cafe was an idea spread. Oh yeah, if you notice, the nav bar goes from like this whole thing to a little compact nav bar. I did that. That was my idea. I stole the idea, but no one else will do that because no one else is willing to work that hard to change their nav bar into something different. It's a lot of work. Not really. It took like 10 minutes, but different nav bar. Crazy. I should get bonus points for that. But anyways, our story for Spice Cafe. Spice Cafe was an idea spread from the foods tasted by George Wang, my brother, on his global travels. George grew up always having a love for spicy food, eating it whenever he had the chance. He felt that all forms of spice were unique and delightful in their own way, and as George grew older, he began to travel the world for his job as an international marketing consultant. Along the way, he tasted different foods from all around the world, and of course, out of everything he tried, his favorite was all the unique spicy dishes served in different regions. One day, George had a spark of inspiration and quickly spoke to his brothers about it, and with the help of his brothers, Thomas and Michael, George would create his very own Spice Cafe. I just doxed my entire family with this one. But I basically just yapped. I didn't want to make myself the main character because that would be weird, so I made my brother the main character. He made this. This is his Spice Cafe. Whatever. I put this random image of spices in the middle. I was going to put an image of like us three, like as brothers just here, but then that's too much work. So I just got a random image of peppers, which, I don't know, fits pretty well, I guess. And then at the end, at Spice Cafe, our goal is to serve unique, spicy cuisine from all around the world. We hire special chefs internationally to our restaurant just to serve the most authentic food possible. If you like spicy foods, Spice Cafe can provide you with countless options to choose from, leaving you always wanting to come back. We make fantastic food, and we make it spicy. So if you're ready, come on down to the Spice Cafe. I actually sound like I'm actually like the whole time I was writing that I was just like dead faced like, oh, that might sound good, like that sounds like BS. Like I was just yapping. This is all just yap anyways, but I'm good at yapping. So successful about us page in my opinion. The rubric, all it says for each page is like the content is substantial, the source code is error free, and the overall design. So that's like the main 3 things for each page in my opinion. Yeah, substantial content. The page works because the code works. The code is error free. Yeah, and then all that good stuff. So substantial content in my opinion. I think. And then this is the next one. Basically, this goes through some random. I literally looked up most iconic spicy dishes from around the world. So I got these 4, chose them, and just picked them out. They're about all like different parts of the world too. So I wanted to do that just to make it more unique. You get a more international vibe. But fowl curry, this is Indian. I'm not reading all this. I just got it from like my Snapchat AI. Get ready for a flavorful hot. Yeah, you get the idea. It's Indian. It's renowned for being hot. It's really spicy, red peppers, and you will die eating this. I think I've had this before. It was pretty spicy, depending on what you get. At least if you get that Indian hot from whatever restaurant I went to, you die. Not really, but my dad tried to bite, and then he just said, "No, I'm good. I'm not eating any more of that." And he is usually the spice god, so that's how you know it's spicy. Jerk chicken. I've had this before. My brother knows this guy at a Jamaican restaurant. He makes really good jerk chicken. I've only had it like twice though, so I wish I could have it more, but whatever. It's spicy. It's from Jamaica. It's just chicken marinated with like other stuff. It's pretty spicy. The chicken's like really tender too. It's all really good stuff. I like it, and also I like spicy food in general. That's why I made Spice Cafe. That was where the idea came from, and I have pretty high spice tolerance, so that's why I like all these. I've tried all these, or most of these. So the Sichuan hot pot, this is a little hometown type thing. My dad's from Sichuan, so this is a little bit of home culture. The Chinese hot pot with a spicy broth. That thing, hot pot. Hot pot is pretty fire. I've had it several times when my family does like celebration crap and like hangs out with other families. They eat hot pot. You just add like this spicy soup in the middle. You put stuff in. It cooks for a little bit. You take it out. You eat it. It tastes good. If you get the spicy one with the red broth, you put anything in. You take it out. You eat it, and it's actually spicy. Crazy. But yeah, Sichuan. Random yap. This is just the Sichuan hot pot. It's pretty interesting. This is the only one that I was never heard of before. Egusi soup. It's Nigerian. It looks a bit odd in my opinion, and the descriptions was a bit weird, but egusi has like it has a bunch of different types of meat possible and like different like fish, I guess. I don't know what this is. If a Nigerian friend could please educate me, I have no clue what this is, but it said it's spicy on the iconic spicy websites, iconic spicy foods of the world website. So I put it in, and it's from Nigeria, so I wanted to pick one from Africa because I wanted one from like each different region from the world. So we got India, Jamaica, China, and Nigeria. So that's like most of the world. I almost put chicken wings on here because that's American, but that would be like a crime. That like chicken wings are so blunt, like they're just not cool. So spices. This is another yap idea I made up on the spot. Here are just a few of the spices we use at Spice Cafe. Spices may be purchased upon visit. Random idea I had. I looked up cool spices, like interesting spices, and then I just like took 3 random ones and then put them in and took the description on the website, put it through an AI description thing to make it not plagiarized, and then boom, Sancho peppercorn. Boom, it's interesting. Sancho is a Japanese peppercorn. Interesting. Whatever charnushka is. Where is this from? This is from Middle Eastern breads and crackers. Very interesting. Goes well with Asian and Indian foods. You know, cool, crazy. Hibiscus blossoms. Whatever this is. Yeah, West Africa, American, Mexican cuisines. Crazy. Like, this is pretty well formatted in my opinion. So is the last page. Dishes, you just get the little, like, type menu format. In my opinion, good formatting. This is, like, not bad either. So, all good. And then the last page of the survey that doesn't send anywhere. This is just part of the rubric. So, you know, submit. Goes absolutely nowhere. That's all there is to it. That's the Spice Cafe. I hope it meets all the parts of the rubric. I haven't finished it completely. There's 3 parts here that I don't understand. A link created off homepage with link back to home. What does this mean? I have no clue. Link to the outside website with a partner/supplier. There's no partner/supplier, bro. How am I supposed to make a partner? I'm just gonna pretend we're like partnered with the U.S. government and like link like freaking WashingtonDC.com. But yeah, I don't know where I'm supposed to incorporate that. I'll just like spam it under this part and then just like put 2 things here. But yeah, I guess I can link like Loganma or something, and then link to email address. I'll just also cram that under here. But yeah, I'm deleting all these. My business website, fake business. I made it up. My dad would approve. He loves spicy food. The logo, in my opinion, I think I cooked here. All right, the logo, make in Photoshop. We saw those previous ones. Those were garbage. But this one, I thought about it. I got the font. I got the clean, just one image type thing. The served hot slogan. And then the gradient type background. For some reason I had an issue with the gradient on the bigger logo, so this is like barely any gradient, but still overall good color scheme in my opinion. You just got like the orange reddish type thing, and then the gradient background on the actual website, we got red to yellow gradient. I taught myself that. The teacher didn't teach us that. I get extra credit technically because she said if you add something that she didn't teach you, you get extra credit. So boom, there's my extra credit. Like all these pages, good format, substantial content. You know, you yap about the page in general, the origin of the website or the origin of the company, the restaurant. Good yap, my family. You know, all that good stuff. You know, the inspiration, and then you got the dishes page, good formatting. It's set up to like make sure you can read each one fully. So like on its own. So like fowl curry, you got that. You can look at the jerk chicken fully like that, sichuan like that. And like that, it like all lines up so you can have one thing on the page at a time and read that one thing at a time. So see, the proportions line up perfectly. So yeah, that's all it is. Dishes page pretty clean in my opinion. Spices, just a bunch of random spices. I think this deserves above an 100 in my opinion. This was the most I've ever locked in for any of the projects. Like most of the things I work on in this class, I'm trolling. Like it's not actually anything I care about or bother working hard at all. So, in my opinion, this was clean. This was a good job well done. So, yeah, that's basically all. I'm just reviewing my own website. But yeah, this is like my ode to my goodbye salute to this class. This is the final. Overall, this class was kind of stupid because I already knew HTML and CSS, so I'm just relearning that, and then Photoshop is useless in my opinion because I'm never going to be artistic, and I will never use Photoshop ever again because it costs money to use and it's so complicating. I'd rather use Canva, which is free, so oh well. Yeah, not saying it's a bad experience. Like I said, I got to make like this wonderful piece of business website. That's cool. So, and overall, I guess interesting. But yeah, that's all. Very good class overall, I guess.